Hi everyone, I'm Roshna BAbu. I am here to present our final project of the course Applied Machine Learning. The aim of this project is to develop a full stack intelligent app on a social issue currently occurring. For that, we have chosen a social issue called fake news detection. Before moving forward with the project, let me introduce my group members. My group consists of two members, myself Roshna Babu and Neha Joseph. Moving forward with the introduction, we all know what is fake news are. Fake news are all around us. Whether we identify it or not, individuals and organizations publish fake news all the time. To whether it will be for a persuasion tactics or to simply override unfavorable truth. For example, if we take the case of the COVID-19 vaccine, which is an issue that is especially relevant in our current times, before vaccines came out, there were some sources that stated there was already a fully effective vaccine available. Some that stated it was very coming soon and others that stated that it would take decades for a safe and functional one to be released. So we have heard so many newses like this. And but trusting and following the wrong source can lead to more harm than good. So now the question becomes which websites do we trust and which we do we ignore. In most cases, it might not be always this clear as to which site do we trust or reject and which are real or fake. So, in today's world of ever growing data streams, one can imagine crunching through the volumes of data to detect patterns which can be analyzed to separate out real news from the fake one. And that is exactly the project we executed on a fake news detection machine learning app that utilizes advanced natural language processing techniques to classify news as either fake or real. Moving forward with the problem statement of the project, consumption of online news is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, its low cost, easy access, and rapid dissemination of information lead people to seek out and consume news from online media. On the other hand, it enables the widespread of fake news, that is, low quality news with intentionally false information. The extensive spread of fake news has the potential for extremely negative impacts on individuals and society. Therefore, fake news detection on social or the online platforms has recently become an emerging research that is attracting tremendous attention. Some of the problems which we faced throughout the projects are firstly, fake news is intentionally written to mislead readers to believe false information, which makes it difficult and non trivial to detect based on news content. Therefore, we need to use auxiliary information such as user social engagement in social or the online platforms to help make a determination. Second, exploiting the auxiliary information is challenging in and of itself. And thirdly, to make an um, fully executable or a fully accessible app in Heroku. So next is about the technologies which we used to develop this application. For the model development, we have used the Python, and to make the backend work, we have used the Flask in Python to develop the web application. And on the front end, to deploy the web application, we have used the Heroku platform. So moving forward, the approach of this project, we have used a fake news detection data set from a public data. We used a public data set to make the fake news detection, and in that we have made the classification algorithms. First of all, we have performed all the data cleaning processes such as removing the duplicates and missing values of this data set. After the proper cleaning, we have performed a classification algorithm, which is decision tree classification algorithm, and we have done this on the model on the pre-processed data. After the successful completion of this decision tree classification algorithm and getting the accuracy of the model, we have we have developed a web application using the Flask in Python, and after that after developing the web application, we deploy it using Heroku so that it will be publicly available on the web. So moving forward with the dataset which we have used in this project, it is taken from a public dataset which is from Kaggle. The link for the dataset is given here. The dataset contains two types of data, such as true data and the fake data. Dataset Each dataset contains four columns in it, which is the title, text, subject, and date. The two datasets are fake news dataset and the true news dataset. And these news reports were generated between the time period of January 2016 and December 2017. So moving forward with the data pre-processing and the EDA, after completing all the necessary cleaning process on the dataset, this is the dataset which we got. Like as the figure shows, the dataset is divided into two: the fake news and the real news datasets. In each, in this, we can see that there are almost 21,211 real observations and 23,478 fake observations in the data. Both are almost the same, and the class imbalance is minimal. So after doing all the training and testing on the dataset, we have, as already said, we have choose the decision tree algorithm evaluation. Uh, for why? Because we choose this is like it seems to be the best algorithm which gives a better accuracy result. So after doing this decision tree algorithm, classification algorithm, we have got almost a testing accuracy of 99.54 percentage, which is considered to be a very good accuracy. So as I said, after doing the successful completion of this classification algorithm and predicting the accuracy of the model, we have made a web application using the Flask in Python, which will be explained very clearly in the next with my explained by my group member during the code explanation. And after that, making a web application, we have deployed this on a Heroku, which to make this application available publicly, so that the users or any users can use this application and they can put the news in this portion so that they can identify whether that news is fake or real. So this is the final output of the screen which we are seeing for our application. So here we have the column or the area to put the news. So here if we put a news, like as I can show that. So as a demo, if we put a news like this, like if a user putting a news like this one, and when we click on this predict, it will automatically predict the result of the news. Here, after putting this news, we can see that the next result has given us this given news is fake news. So this is the final output of our web application. It will predict the news whether it is fake or real. So this is all about my part. All the next coding part and the using of Flask will be explained by my teammate. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Neha Joseph, and as a part of the project Fake News Detection, here we'll be looking into the model development, the back end and the front end working. And as we can see over here, very first we have worked with the data, which are the fake news and the true CSV data. And we have done the necessary pre-processing, which included a checking for null values and duplicates, and remove the null values and the duplicates from both the data. And then what we have done is we have merged both the data into one CSV file, one data frame, and then concatinated it, and then we shuffled for a better analysis. And once that is done, then we just had a quick EDA of the data where in order to identify the number of real data and the fake news. Here we can see the number of fake news is around 23,478, and the real news are 21,211. Once that is done, we have identified the categories present in each data. So it contains politics news, government news, world news, left news, and so Middle East news, so on. Once that is done, then we have done the NLP for the stopwords and considering the cloud. And after that, we have vectorized the data. And once before that, we have splitted the data using train test split. And once that is done, then we have vectorized the data, which using TF-IDF vectorizer. After that, we have created a confusion matrix using matplotlib. Once that is done, then we have done the model building. Here we are using a decision tree for the model, and we have used a pipeline in order to create the decision tree model. And here we can see the prediction and the accuracy, which is around 99.44% for testing and 100% for training, which is a very good score. And then we have created a confusion matrix for the same. And here we can see the prediction where which was fake and predicted correctly was 7,699, and being fake predicted real was 49, and being real and predicted real was 6,966, and being real and predicted fake was 34. And that is all about the decision tree. And once we have created the model and find out the accuracy, then we have converted into pickle and named it as projects. And that is all about the modeling part. Once we are done with the modeling, the next thing that we have focused on is the backend working and using the HTML and the Flask. And here we can see that we have imported the necessary packages, which includes NumPy, Pickle, Pandas, and Flask, request JSON, NumPy, render template from Flask. And then we're creating an app with the name of Flask, and then we have opening the pickle file, which is a project which we have already created, and we are naming it as TT. And then we are creating the app root, which is the project Flask HTML that we have created. And then we are asking for the features. That is, when we are giving a float function, the features that we should get as a return should be a prediction. The given news is whatever the news is. If it is a fake news, it should be given as fake, or if it is a true news, it should give as a true news. So this is the HTML that we have created for the backend purpose. And here we can see that in the body, the heading would be the predictor news, and in the body we would be entering text, and then which is required to predict the news, and then there would be a submit button so that we can submit the news that is to be predicted. So in order to work, or in order to create a friend engine, what we have used is Heroku, where we have deployed the data using GitHub. We have combined the GitHub and the Heroku, and then deployed the codes and the Flask to the Heroku, and then we use the Heroku for creating the friend engine. And this is how our friend web look like. So we have a predict news heading, and here we'll be uploading our news, and then we'll be using this button to predict the news. Now we'll go to see an example of a fake news and a real news. Now looking into the first one, so let this be the news that we are checking for if it is a fake or new real. Now once we enter the news, we predict it, then we understand that the given news is a fake news. So according to the system or the data that we have entered, we could identify this particular news is a fake news. Now we are looking into some other one. Let's take another news, and we are trying to predict it, and it says it's a real news. So basically this particular news, the second news that we have taken is a real news, and the first news was a fake news according to the data that we have used for the modeling. So that is all about our project. Thank you.